In today's episode, I'm going to discuss about how to read NCERT biology for the purpose of preparing NEET. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cardinal Biology Online, and you are watching another episode of Target NEET, Competitive and Academic Planning. After understanding how to elaborate or explain the informations provided in NCERT, now we are going for understanding the weightage of few you can consider it very dangerous words used by the writers very often. Everyone requested to stay very careful while you are studying your NCERT textbooks, and don't forget to go for investigation in connection with these words. Here I am providing you some of the classical dangerous words. Those are used by writers. This generally, mostly, majority, some, usually this kind of words are utilized by the writers very often in the text. But remember this, these are very confusing words, and when you are getting this kind of words in a statement or in a para, don't forget to go for an investigation in connection with these words. I'm going to give you few examples how to investigate regarding these words. Let us consider an area. I have taken this from Animal Kingdom, chapter 4, class 11. Let us consider the statement. It is actually written in case of fishes. They are cold-blooded animals, fine, no doubt about it. Sexes are separate, fine. Fertilization is usually external. Now point is, they have said usually external. Now point is, why usually? Means what? The actual thing is, obviously, external fertilization is there in case of fishes, but don't forget, it is usually. Means, few cases are there where you can get internal fertilization. That is why it is written usually. I am just giving you an example. Do you know, in case of hippocampus, if you are going for the pattern of fertilization, it is not classically external. In case of hippocampus, the fertilization is internal. It takes place within the body part of the organism, of the parent. So that is why actually it is written usually. Next line, they are mostly oviparous. Another dangerous word used means what? Obviously oviparous, no issues. But when they have used the word mostly, it means not all. Some deviations may be there. And you must have to know, this hippocampus itself is an ovoviviparous fish. This hippocampus itself not going to follow the oviparity. So that is the point, and that is how you must have to consider this kind of words. So be careful about this kind of words, usually, mostly, something like this. And you must have to investigate about the issue. Let us take another example. This is also from that Animal Kingdom. Just take a look. As the name indicates, amphidual bios, live amphibians can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitat. Let's concentrate on this word. It is written, most of them have two pairs of limbs. Here it is written, tail may be present in some. So what about these two words? It technically indicates not all. When you are going to when you are going for investigation regarding this most of them, then you are getting within this amphibia there is a group called Apoda or Gymnophiona. Don't have any legs. That is why they are called Apoda. So that is the matter of information. But tail may be present in some. Now in case of some, tail may be present. In case of some, tail may be absent. Then why may? How you are going to get the answer? And that is where you must have to concentrate on the figure. You will certainly got in the figure when you are going for toad, don't have tail. But if you are going for say for example this ambystoma and all other things, then you are going to get a tail is there. So that is why the most, may, or that kind of question kind of words, you must have to go for investigation. It is written, this is from biomolecule, the lipid portion. Lipids are generally water insoluble. Means all the lipids are not insoluble. It appears something like this. So when you are going for investigation, you will certainly find fatty acid, or maybe say for example this bile salts, that kind of things, although they have got lipid property, lipid parts are there in them, they're going to be partially soluble. That kind of issues are there, and that is where lipids are generally water insoluble. But if you are concluding in that way from that line, okay, whatever maybe the lipids are there, all of them are insoluble in water, then you were wrong, because the word is there generally. So that is how you have to remember the words what I have mentioned: generally, may, mostly, that kind of things as I have listed previously. And whenever you are going to get this kind of words, please go for a certain kind of investigation and find out why it is written like this. This kind of words means not all, the feature is not universal. Few deviations are there, and you must have to go for in search of those deviations. Students are normally considering, in case of biology, there are so many things need to be remembered. So in order to increase, the memory power, students are always in search of some memorizing tricks. In case of tricks, my comment is always going to be, if you are talking about tricks, it is always to be good to prepare tricks by your own. Don't follow other, means if someone is giving you his own tricks, then it might be an extra burden for you to remember those tricks itself. However, a few convenient tricks are maybe there. We are going to discuss about those tricks in another video. I am just citing an example here. If you want to remember kidney function, then one possible trick may be a wet bed. A, acid-base balance. W, water removal. E, erythropoiesis. P, toxin removal. B, BP control, means blood pressure control. E, electrolyte balance. D, vitamin D activation. So that is how the kidney function may be remembered based on this one. This is the statement, a wet bed. But remember this, if these tricks or techniques are provided to you by other peoples, then those tricks going to be a burden to you, because this is not prepared by you. And when you are going to follow anyone other one's tricks is a matter to be remembered. In this connection, I just want to show you how during my time until date, when I am drawing these things in my classroom or anywhere, I am going to follow this methodology. When I have studied that, chlorophyll, then it was very much clear information. Okay, the structure of chlorophyll and this hemoglobin is very much same. In case of one, there is iron, and in case of one, there is magnesium. So how to remember? So I have designed that drawing in my own way. So my design is going to be something like this. I was thinking, okay, in the center it is magnesium. So magnesium, let's place 4 hands in a multiplication manner. Cross point of view te magnesium er moddhe 4te hath diye dilam. Each hand contains 1 nitrogen. Then create a 90-degree angle from that nitrogen. Then these 90-degree angles, let's create them a pentagon. So done. These are the chiral rings. Then attach the corners of the chiral rings with V shape. And suddenly you are getting, this is the porphyrin ring what you were searching for. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the chiral rings. And we know in the 4th one, the phytyl chain is there. So that is how I have remembered how to draw the diagram of the porphyrin ring, the main structure of chlorophyll pigment. That is the way, if you are going for these tricks, you are making tricks by your own, that will be much more convenient for you, and you are not going to miss them at any point of time. So this is the method, whatever I have discussed, of studying NCERT. NCERT পড়ার সময় পয়েন্ট ব্যাপারটা বানাতে হবে. Then let us go for those mind charts, then convert these diagrams to flow charts, then go for tables, explanations, elaborations, then take care about those words like may, mostly, and all that, and finally the tricks. So if you were able to follow these points properly, then certainly you will find that will be easy to study NCERT textbooks. So this is the first segment of the video where I have guided you how to study NCERT biology. But remember this, after this you have to optimize your study to get maximum output. In the next video, in the part 2 of the same video, I am going to discuss about how to optimize your study in order to get maximum output. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, like and share the videos of my channel. Have a good time.